So last week I did a segment whereby I was talking about Atwoli and why I think it's high time that he leaves the office or basically just retires. And this was something that I had seen online of people talking about what is happening. I've been observing for the longest time what bodies or associations like COTU has been doing for members or basically employees or workers in Kenya. And as I was digging through some of these things, I found something really peculiar. So, from the Daily Nation, the editor or the author of this article, with the headline, "He drives a 30 million shilling Mercedes, yet he speaks for the working poor." Now, here's the context. Liz Muthoni, who is the author of this particular article, in a short caption, which states that COTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli, when he addressed workers during the Labor Day at Uhuru Park on May 1st, 2011, he has worn gold ornaments for over 3 decades, and he says gold is a great material. His watches, bracelets, and chain are just some of the conspicuous ornaments he dons. It's quite sad and uneasy watching government officials who are actually supposed to be fighting for the well-being and the welfare of most workers around the country doing some crazy stuff or wearing and walking around flashing out their most expensive ornaments that they have or most expensive attire that they have. We have seen the likes of internal cabinet secretary wearing shirts worth $1,500. Same case for the president wearing the same. We've seen ministers doing the same and spitting on the faces of Kenyans, basically just letting them know that this is what they're doing, this is what they'll continue doing, and no one will tell them an F about it. Yeah. And the reason as to why I've gone back to this story is because in the recent past, let me just say this week, we have seen a lot of fights and a trending hashtag Atwoli retire, which basically people are starting to air out their grievances and talking about some of the things that COTU has not really implemented or has actually failed to do for the common worker. And at the top of this all is the beef between Hanifa and, Hanifa, the activists, and Francis Atwoli. And it has been a crazy situation whereby Hanifa just basically quoted and told Atwoli that he's going to be her business from that day henceforth. And this is because, let me just find that particular tweet, whereby Atwoli mentioned Hanifa, calling her a fraudster who stole money from the kitty that Kenyans are raising money to help all those who are affected during the Gen Z protest last year. And Kenyans have actually come out to speak about this and let Atwoli know that you can't have all this power for all these decades and we can barely see any kind of change in the workers' unions. If there's no change, then you need to leave. You need to give people space to actually implement change. And we have seen memes like, you are now leaving, Koto Safari Njema, those banners that we see, welcome to Nairobi, welcome to Nakuru County, thank you for visiting the home of champions for the counties like Eldoret and so on. And it's quite crazy. I'll just spin some of those charts up here and the whole story between Hanifa and Atwoli. But those two aside, I personally feel like anyone who is close to the age of retirement should not hold an office that has a lot of impact for this country. You can always be there to advise. You can always be there to give out your 2 cents. Definitely have experience around these things. Definitely have seen a lot. You know how to navigate the system. We know any bureaucratic system that is there, which is almost all government facilities or all government parastatals and faculties. They do need some kind of ujanja, for lack of a better word, cunningness. And holding the office for that long without an impact, I feel like, yes, I do agree to the fact that all people should retire, but they should also provide guidance. And I'll draw some reference in terms of the military world in the third world countries. Yeah, countries like the United States, for example, you'll have a veteran who retired like 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, being called back because there is a war somewhere. But it's not because they're going to be sent back to the battlefield. It's simply because they're going to issue advice and probably give their 2 cents concerning any kind of situation. Because if the SEAL Team 6 that went to take down Osama is sent to take down another big terrorist, there's a high probability that some of the guys who were there during that time, whether it's the military general, whether it's some of the officers who are on the ground taking out Osama, will be involved in one way or another, because it's a tactical way of passing down information and knowledge from one squad to the other. So guys like Atwoli should employ the same. Just take a step back, let someone who is a bit younger take over. By younger, I actually don't even mean 20 or 25. It can even be someone in their 40s, for example, or someone in their late 30s, for if we really need young people. And just give them guidance. Let them know how to navigate different loopholes or different hurdles in the system. So let's see where all this goes. Let me know what you think about the whole hashtag Atwoli retire, and what's your 2 cents about old government officials hanging on to their offices and never wanting to let go of that. That's all I have for today. Thank you for staying up to date. It's Lorenzo here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, depending on where you watch it from, and also share it with friends and family. Thank you.